In this video, we are going to see how to play the Najdorf variation of the Sicilian defense with the black pieces. So it starts after the move e4, you play c5, knight f3, then you play d6, d4, takes, and then you play knight f6, attacking this pawn. Knight c3, and then you play a6. This is the knight of Sicilian, and the main idea of this move is to prevent white's pieces from jumping forward and also prevent bishop to b5 chip. And the key idea of this move is to play b5 in the future in order to expand along the queen side. And here there are generally three main responses by white in this position. First is bishop g5, which is the main line, and there is f3 and bishop to e3. So let's look at them one by one. First, if white goes f3, then you just play e5, attacking this knight. So he goes knight to b3. Then you just develop the bishop, and after something like bishop e2, preparing to castle, you just play bishop to e6. And after something like bishop e3, you can develop the other knight, and after white castle, you also castle. And here, your main idea is to bring this rook along this open c file and then prepare b5, b4 or even d5 in the future, and the game goes on. Now what if in this position white goes bishop to e3? This is the English attack, and here you again go e5, attacking this knight. He goes knight b3, then you develop the bishop. He goes f3, you play bishop e7, and here queen to d2 is the main move, preparing to castle on the queen side, both side castle, and then you develop the other knight. And here he goes g4, with the idea of launching a pawn storm on the king side. You play b5, then he goes g5, attacking your knight. Here we don't need to move your knight back, instead you can counter attack with b4. And here taking this knight is a bad idea, because after you take queen takes, it will just open so many files for the black pieces. Black will be much better, so he goes knight to e2, which is the best move. Then you save your knight. Then white continues his attack with f4, and here you don't need to worry about this bishop, because you can just move it to either c4 or take this knight. So you just play a5, he goes f5, attacking your bishop. Again you don't move your bishop, instead play a4, counter attacking this knight. Here if white takes your bishop, then you can take his knight, and here if you take this knight, then you can just take this pawn and queen. And here if it takes this pawn, then it just open up the rook. And if it takes with the a pawn, then rook to a1 will be a checkmate. So here he will play knight b4. Then you just take his knight, and after he goes knight takes d4, you can just play b3. Here king to b1 is the best move. Then you just play b takes c2, and after knight takes, this bishop has no square, so you just play bishop to b3, which will kind of damage the pawn structure. So a takes b3, and after a takes b3, the position becomes quite equal. Now let me show you the main line of the Najdorf variation of the Sicilian defense, and it starts after the move bishop g5. This is the main line of the Najdorf variation, and here you go e6, and here f4 is the main move. Then you play bishop e7, it goes queen f3, then you play queen c7, and after white castle, you develop the other knight. And here he goes g4, trying to launch a kingside attack. Then you just play b5, trying to counter attack on the queen side. He goes a3, then you play rook b8, supporting this b pawn. Let's say he goes bishop takes f6, then you recapture this with the bishop, and after g5, you can take this bishop, and after rook takes, you can castle on the king side, develop the bishop this way, and then even centralize your knight and launch a powerful attack on the queen side, and the game goes on. Well, this is not the end. If you want to see the previous videos on the Sicilian defense, then you can check out these playlists. And if you don't want to miss the upcoming videos on the Sicilian defense, then don't forget to subscribe.